Sean from Ace Appliance in Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Alright, we're on a Kenmore electric dryer. The complaint is that the dryer seems to be getting too hot. We've already went outside, verified that we have good airflow through the vent, which we do. So now I'm just going to open it up, check the element, see if it's maybe grounded, something like that to the cabinet, and potentially then look at the one of the cycling thermostats which regulate temperature. So to get inside, we have to remove this lower panel. To complete this repair, you'll need a painter's tool or putty knife, a 1/4 inch socket, and a 1/4 inch drive, which I incorporate with my drill. Okay, so to remove this lower panel, there are some hidden tabs right in here. We can take our panel off, set it to the side. And now inside of here we have our heating element. And if the unit was shorted out to the cabinet, the element would still be glowing in some capacity because the timer is in the on position, the door is closed, as if it would be running. So we can rule that out. What I'm going to do is I'll remove this blower duct here in the front. That way I can get a little bit easier to the thermostat and the fuse and everything and see how that looks. So in order to remove that, I'm going to take out the lint screen first. So just pull that out of the way. And then there are a few screws, 1/4 inch screws that hold this duct in place. So you have one here, one here, one here, and that looks like all on this particular model. So we'll go ahead and take out those 3 screws, and when we do that, the duct cover piece here will come off. We got those. Just pull it down. And basically right here is where our thermostat is with our fuse. Okay, so now down at the bottom here, there's our fuse and our cycling thermostat. Our fuse wouldn't have anything to do with it just because our fuse, if it goes bad, it kills heat altogether, and that's not our problem. So the fuse is fine. Thermostat's a possibility. And I'm just going to check my heating element just to be certain, make sure that's okay. I've already disconnected power to the unit so that way I don't get a shock. So I have my meter set to ohms, and I'm just going to check the resistance. So the element checks out okay, and then to the cabinet we make sure my fingers aren't causing that. Nope, to the cabinet we have continuity. So we have a bad heating element. So maybe through some of the porcelain connectors, something of that nature, there's a crack to where when it heats up, it makes basically like a short circuit, and it continues powering that element even though the dryer is telling it not to. Replace the heating element. We've already disconnected the 2 wires that go to the heating element, which are right here. So now we need to remove this bracket because the element's going to slide out. So there's a screw here at the bottom I'm going to take out. There's a screw at the underside right there. Alright, with that screw out, we can take the bracket off, which exposes our heating element. Now the heating element mounts to the remaining box or heater box by a screw, which is just beyond where the wiring that was disconnected. So we got that screw out. Now with the screw out, we can pull the heating element straight out. Sometimes it'll come out really easy, other times you really have to pull on it. So we're just going to pull. That would be one of the times it didn't want to come out very easy. So we have our old heating element out. So we'll grab our new one and insert that. Sure. Right, so we have our new heating element. It's going to just go back in the reverse order. Slide it into position. Put our screws back in. Alright, I'm going to hook my wiring up now just because it's easier to reach right now. Doesn't matter which wire goes where, it just completes the circuit. Now I'm going to take my bracket and there's a little piece here that tucks into the heater box, and then at the bottom there's a little tab that goes into the base of the machine. So we'll go ahead and tuck that in, line up our tab on the bottom, and then start putting our two screws in. There we are, and then we can go ahead and put on our blower duct and reassemble the dryer. Alright, so now we have our duct here. This piece fell out. Took it apart, it just sits in place there. Go ahead and reinstall this. The 3 screws we took off. We're going to open up the door, put our link screen back in. Now we can get back up there, plug in the dryer, and then we can watch the element for proper cycling. Alright, now we're just going to turn the dryer on, and we're just going to make sure that the heater is going to cycle off properly. So we should see it come on and glow orange, and then I just want to make sure it's going to come off. Starting to glow orange in there already. And once the thermostat senses the temperature to be the proper temperature, it'll go ahead and turn the unit off, or turn the heater off, and we'll see the orange glow go away. Alright, I just heard the thermostat pop. We see the heater is no longer glowing. So the dryer is cycling like it should. So we'll go ahead and then now reassemble put the bottom panel back on and finish up the job. Okay, so we have our panel. We're going to go ahead and put the lower hinge pieces through the bottom of the panel and then snap it in place. Just like that. Thank you for watching another quality in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.